Previously on the Lineage of Moonreach. So we met Tomar's one-time wonder Hazel and his brood of kids. We tried to get back to Wolves Rest. We ran into Lortho Snakebody. Had to get rid of the dome around the town to get back home, so we went to the temple, killed Lord Bartleby again, pieced back to Wolves Rest, played an old drinking game called Secret or Swill, and the rest of that got pretty murky.
The D20 Syndicate presents The Lineage of Moonreach.
Hey guys, this is the D20 Syndicate Real Play Podcast, The Lineage of Moonreach.
Good evening.
Where each week or bi-weekly, whatever we end up doing, we play this game and we record it, and you guys can all listen to how silly we sound, and that's kind of the general idea. I am Seth, your DM, and around the table here is...
I am Tomas. See, now I'm saying it weird because you said it weird that one time. My name is Tomas, and I play Tomar.
It's Tomas, damn it.
Tomas.
Damn it me, it's Tomas.
I always forget.
Who am I?
I'm Elijah.
And you're playing...
Hirstag. We're doing that whole thing again?
Just, if there are any listeners...
Nope, not everyone's going to remember this shit, you know?
Yeah.
So they got to be like, yo, who's that dumbass sounding guy?
All right. Yeah, I'm Hirstag.
I'm Lindsey, and I'm Pinwin Dingleroot.
I'm Michaela, and I am Gorbel Icetower.
All right, and as you guys heard in the recap, these guys are... they had some adventures so far here on the... we're in the third arc for us, but first arc for you guys listening at home. And they are currently en route to Roundfoottown. And Roundfoottown is a gnomish stronghold.
Currently in Roundfoottown. Yeah,
Yes.
The rapid favor thing. Yeah.
Who's kicking?
Sorry. I'm very
All right.
handsy today.
Okay, so you guys are making your way in the cart. Where were you guys in the carriage? Where's your typical position?
I would be in the front of the carriage.
Mm-hmm. And I believe Zyko is driving the carriage.
I kind of want to get a rest in if it's possible.
Okay.
I think I'm probably in the back, because I think I'm still pretty wasted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or have I sobered up yet?
Well, I guess you'll find out.
I
Has
guess I will.
Zyko gotten more proficient in carriage riding since our shenanigans?
Yes,
in the
he's
last
actually
arc?
he's very proficient with animal handling and carriage driving.
Sweet.
So you guys are experiencing a very even and mellow ride. No, it's not rough.
For those of you that don't know, Zyko was driving us around Deepminster during a really perilous time that we had, and he was not doing so hot.
Yeah, he was learning as he went. And then Pinwin, where are you going to be at in the carriage?
I'm going to be on the side riding Shadow.
Okay, drunkenly riding Shadow.
Yeah.
All right.
When in Rome.
How were Pinwin's ankles?
Still wounded.
And I was trying to make him give me a piggyback ride? I'm the worst.
You're a bad friend. All right, so you guys are making your way down and...
Making our way downtown.
Mm-hmm, walking fast, eating ass, as we established.
Them's the words.
Them's the words. Deal with it. And you guys know that Roundfoottown is in the Atreus Plains because that's where you guys... in the Atreus Plains, when you went to Helm Hollow, you encountered... Hama. At the beginning of this arc, that's where you encountered Ritus the Righteous and Len and all those other guys. So,
Which you guys still have not questioned yet.
no, they're just rotting away in their cell.
I'm not chastising.
I mean,
what if we had
I'm
time?
just pointing out.
My world has been rocked. I'm
We
an
should-
ant now.
We should remember to question those guys.
Okay.
Well,
We've
make
just
a
got
note
a
of
lot
it and
of
remind
stuff.
me later.
Pinwin won't
I don't know
forget.
they're there, so you're gonna have to remind yourself later.
Who are we questioning?
Okay.
Reminds-
I lean out of the carriage. Tomar, make
What?
a note.
What?
Make a note.
For who?
For me, for later. Just tell me to question right. Ask the right question. Just tell me that. Ask the right questions. I'll know what you mean.
Zyko, do you know what she's talking about?
I don't, but maybe when she sobers up, we'll know.
Alright. Right on!
So you guys head out.
Where's Hirstag? Are you inside the carriage?
Yeah, he's getting a rest in.
Trying to sleep.
Oh, right.
What time did we leave Wolves Rest?
So you left early evening.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we went right that way.
Yeah. And so you guys are heading down the road, and it is winter, and off in the distance you can see that there are some heavy clouds forming miles and miles away, but...
Cumulus clouds?
Yes, cumulus clouds. They're accumulating. Large, puffy clouds off in the distance, and they seem to be heading in your direction. But they are, like I said, miles and miles off at the moment. So anybody looking at the sky would think that's possibly a winter storm coming.
Oh, okay.
Them's clouds.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Oh, looks like clouds.
But, yeah, so you guys head out. You pass Vester, the town that is most closely associated with Wolves.
Roundfoottown was the closest town.
No.
Oh.
No. Roundfoottown's like a almost 2-day journey from you guys. But Vester is just an hour away from you guys. Just outside the city with the red rock cliffs that it's built into the side of.
Is that south of...
It's west.
West. Okay.
Yes. And so you guys head... you guys head west. You passed Vester. You pass the ruins to your left. And you continue on. After about 2.5 hours, you guys approach the Arrowview Inn, which is where Hirstag learned of you guys' presence in the first place. It's getting close to evening. I don't know if you guys want to stop here, if you want to just keep on trucking.
How far away is Arrowview from Roundfoottown?
I mean, almost like a day and a half, almost 2 days.
I'd say we
Because
should
you're only 2 hours outside of Wolves Rest.
probably stay here the night.
Are you saying that unconsciously?
Yes. That's just my opinion. If Hirstag were awake.
So those who are awake, I mean, you and Zyke are up front, so you're leading the carriage here.
Well, the gnomes made it sound like it was an emergency,
They did.
so we should make haste.
Okay. So you guys are just going to head past Arrowview.
Go right through the storm.
So
Probably. I mean, we don't want to be hunkered down during the storm at the Arrowview.
We can't travel continuously for 2 days straight either.
Why are you talking in your sleep? Fine. Shut up.
yeah, no meta knowledge here.
All right.
So Gorbel, you're awake but drunk. You're sobering up. It's been 2 hours, so you're slightly more sober. Both of you guys are.
Since it's dark out, I'm going to take my goggles off for now.
Okay.
Since I can see better like that.
And the Arrowview Inn sits on the crux of the Serpent Road and the Dragontail Road, and so it's basically a 4-way that
Nice.
and as you ladies, and as you approach, you can see that there are some other carriages and carts set up outside of it. The lights are on. It looks really warm and inviting inside. But
Don't worry, don't give a shit.
but
They're having Christmas ham inside. And I'm like, come power through.
Merry Christmas. Everybody's singing inside. So you guys have to decide if you want to head south. That would probably be the easiest way to get to Roundfoottown in the Atreus Plains.
By easiest, do you mean more dangerous?
I mean, that's up for debate.
Fastest or...
It's the most direct route.
Yeah, let's go that way.
Okay. So you convince Zyko to head south.
Is the carriage, is it have an open back to it? Or are
It's
they...
completely closed.
Oh, so I can't just lean back and talk to them?
No, you would
Okay.
have to like lean around and open the door or shout loudly.
I'm going to look over to see how Pinwin is doing on Shadow.
Let's give me a Constitution save.
I wanna say maybe 8, but I'm not positive. I'm sorry.
Was that a 3 you rolled?
Yep. Let me load here.
You didn't have your character
totally
sheet open.
forgot to turn it on. Sorry.
Tight.
Now we look like a bunch of amateurs.
No, it's 5.
Oh, so yeah.
5.
Pinwin is like drooping in his seat. He's like leaning. One of his eyes is open occasionally. He like looks like he's sort of passing out at times, but he's just.
I'm fine. It's fine.
Yeah, he looks like he's been run ragged.
Psycho, if we get accosted on the road, it might just be you and me that are going to have to deal with this. I hope you're prepared for that.
Yes, we can.
Just leave me.
We can chop him.
Pinwin, you're just very inebriated, so you might not be very effective in battle if need be.
But you're gonna just leave me on the side of the road?
We're gonna.
In the middle of nowhere?
You're gonna follow us on Shadow, and then you're gonna be safe.
I lean out the window. Hey, where are we going?
Gorbel!
We're going to Roundfoottown.
Why?
Gnomes.
Because they're gonna leave me.
What gnomes?
I'll explain when you come to your senses.
Am I to my senses yet?
Roll a Constitution save.
Your last roll was super bad.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's...
Yeah,
Oh.
you were
This
trash.
one's-
I am so in my senses
Yeah,
now.
she's good.
Because it's 16.
16. So you were sobering up, but keep in mind you were very trash. So now you're like drunk, but not. I mean, you're feeling good. Well, probably not feeling too good, but yeah.
We should do sobriety saves instead of like death saves. Like you have to get 3 successes.
I like that. Yeah. So you're sobering up, and at a decent pace, but you're still drunk. It's only been 2 hours.
Maybe if you puke some of that shit out, you'll feel better.
Are you serious? Just like hang out of the carriage and throw up?
Better than in the carriage.
I don't know if I can make myself throw up. I don't know.
That's gonna be another Constitution save.
Think about Smoochie naked. I guess I don't know. Were you attracted to Smoochie?
No. But he wasn't like, make me vomit ugly. That's actually pretty fucking rude, man. We haven't seen him forever.
I got a really good view at his backside when he was in the hot springs, so...
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
you
know.
were always stealing his pants.
He has his pants now, so...
In heaven. So yeah, you're sobering up. You're doing better than Pinwin's doing right now, surprisingly. But yeah, you head south, and
How do we trust these gnomes? This is out of character.
I don't know.
How do you trust anybody?
You don't know him?
I mean,
5 experience. It was a stretch, but I'll allow it.
I was
Gnome
doing it
means
for fun.
gnome. Don't.
I'm not going to. Don't worry. Okay, so you guys do not encounter anything for the next couple of hours, but it is getting real late as you guys head on down south, and
How long have we gone?
you guys have traveled a total of about 6 hours now at this point, and so it is into the evening pretty well. It's getting close to about 10 in the evening, 10th bell.
Okay.
Is it 6 hours for a long rest?
It can be 6 to 8, yeah.
6 to 8. Okay.
Psycho, do you want me to take the reins for a while so you can get some rest?
I can do it. I'll just keep going. I'm fine.
Are you going to be tired if we have to fight something?
No.
Were you rolling for whether or not you'd be tired?
That was a Constitution save.
Okay.
I'm gonna be okay. I got to do my part, make sure everybody else gets rested up, and that way, everybody's at full strength when it's any bad stuff happens.
Do you know the way to Roundfoottown?
No,
Oh.
I know a general direction. I know it's south. And
Are
everybody.
there road signs?
There have been road signs leading to saying Roundfoottown. Some
Do
have
we
said
know where it is?
you know the direction. None of you have ever been there,
Man,
though.
we need Google Maps.
Google Maps.
Pull out ye Google Maps.
Ye old Google Map.
I'm sorry I moved. So logistically, if Pinwin wanted to sleep, could he sleep just on top of Shadow?
I mean, that would be.
Or would I fall off?
You might fall off.
You could
You
get
could
it.
like
Is there
tie
room
yourself
on the
up.
cart with Shadow? For us both to sleep?
Should be.
I mean, it not on, maybe in. It'd be tight.
That's what
You've
I
already got
meant.
2 people in there, so. And Shadow's a big wolf. So you want to get in there?
Yeah.
All right. So
Pinwin's not afraid to get close.
you're gonna let them know that you gotta stop the cart.
Stop the cart!
Pinwin, what is wrong?
I'm so tired. Please, can I get on the cart?
Psycho, hold on. Pull up.
Whoa.
He slows the cart.
All right, get in.
Okay. And me and Shadow will hop in.
All right. You can also see that a very drunken Gorbel is splayed out. And
Hey, I'm not very drunken. I am kind of drunken.
a kind of drunken Gorbel is splayed out. I don't think that's going to change, but relaxing, drunk, kind of drunk inside there. So, and it's nice and warm inside there, especially with all the bodies and the extra warmth from
There's
Shadow.
bodies.
I probably would have been so drunk if someone would have stopped to get us food.
Can't see where she's looking, so I'm resting with my eyes open.
It's just Zyko keeping his eyes peeled on the road. And you guys continue on into the night uninterrupted. Very close to dawn, Zyko spots something on the side of the road. And he slows,
Whoa.
quietly, slows you guys down. He shakes you awake, Tomar.
Hey, Tomas.
I just turn my head towards him slowly.
Were you awake?
No. What's up?
There's something up there.
Is bread out now?
No, it's like before dawn.
Okay. What is it? What does it look like?
You can't tell from here. It just looks like a shape off to the side of the road.
Oh,
It's
it's
a
not
deer.
in the middle of the road?
No.
All right, well, I'm gonna...
It's about 200 feet ahead of you. It's still fairly dark, so it's real hard to see. But I mean, to your eyes, it's still pretty dim. But it looks like some sort of shape.
All right, well, I'm gonna... My eyes are gonna go blue and
Okay.
glowy, and I'm gonna conjure Bill from the ethereal plane.
Is that the name of your goat?
Yeah.
Bill the goat.
Yep.
All right, so your eyes light up, and the dark energy kind of leaps off you, and right next to you, appearing out of nothingness, is Bill the goat.
So is he, like, on the ground next to
Did you name him after Billy?
No, just because it's a goat.
Billy Goat.
Yeah.
Ah, that's cute.
Fuck Billy. You heard me. If you're listening to this, Billy, son of a bitch. Can't defend yourself.
I have all the power here.
So I'm going to turn to the goat, and I'm going to stare into its eyes for like 10 minutes.
That's
Zyko
weird.
just kind of looks over at you and shrugs his shoulders, but
Has the cart or
the cart has
carriage-
stopped,
Okay.
yes.
I'll get out and see what's going on.
okay, you open and you can see that you're not moving. You can see that there is an ethereal goat in the road next to the carriage. Tomar's eyes are like staring off vacantly at the goat itself, and he looks like he's in some sort of trance. And Zyko is just kind of looking around nervously, clutching his halberd.
I should have told them what I was doing before I started doing
Is
it.
that shape not moving? It's just staying there? Well, he's like.
Yep, it's
in
not moving.
trance?
It's not moving at all.
What if it's a branch?
Looks like he's doing that thing again.
So, are you entering the form of the goat?
Yes.
Okay, so and how long does that take? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so after 10 minutes, you are now seeing through the eyes of Bill the goat.
Bill.
Bill Nye the Science Goat.
Go.
I'm going to clomp on down the path a little bit and head to investigate.
Okay, so you travel. Are you traveling carefully, or as a goat, you just
Goat-like.
Goat.
Inconspicuous, looking as goat-like as possible.
Goat-spicuous. That was bad. All right, so as you get forward or get closer to it, you see that it looks like some sort of little fort, like almost like a blanket fort. There's a couple of barrels, coopered barrels, and over the top looks to be some sort of blanket or cart or tarp laying across it. Inside, you can't see what is in there, but it's taking up roughly about 4 feet.
So it looks like somebody set up a camp here?
Possibly.
Like a little person?
Possibly.
I'm going to peek my goat head in.
Okay. You peek your goat head in. And
Which, it probably doesn't look like a real goat up close.
No, just looks like a scary ghost.
Ghost goat.
Goats.
What if someone punches your goat
Goatsy.
face?
What?
What if someone punches your goat face? Do you wake up?
No. I mean,
Whoa, what a terrible nightmare.
it's got hit points, but I'll probably... If it's something dangerous, then I'll probably pull back and...
Unless it hits you before you can pull
Right.
back.
But it
It's
just...
fine, just
the
do
goat
it.
just fades away.
Yeah, just go.
Like,
I was just wondering.
it doesn't
Okay.
harm me, necessarily.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, it might, actually.
As you peek your head inside, you can see that there is a small form resting, and they are bundled up pretty heavily. And if you're thinking it's possibly a halfling, or more likely a gnome. You can't see their face. You can see they have like a messed up shock of hair, and clutched on their chest is a large broadsword that looks like longer than them, but they have it clutched over the top of their blankets, and they seem to be sleeping very fitfully, moving a little bit and kind of grumbling under their breath.
With the goat, I'm going to go...
The form turns. Who's there?
Then I'm going to sit down in front of the entrance to the thing.
What manner of spectre is this? Name yourself, spirit.
Does your goat have a specific voice? Please tell me it's like, "Hi, I'm Billy."
While in the shared consciousness, you can use an action to communicate a message no longer than 25 words when you have taken control of your cosmic ally. It sends a message telepathically to a target of your choice. You can only use this special feature once per summon. So, okay, 25 words. I'll say, don't worry. There's people here to help you if you need help. We came to investigate Roundfoottown. Are you injured?
We'll say the ghost has like an ethereal voice as well, so almost kind of spooky sounding. So it's like, we came here to investigate Roundfoottown. Are you injured? And the guy quivers underneath his blankets, and he slowly starts to back up, still clutching the sword to him. I'm not injured, but where are you located at? Is this some sort of spectral force speaking through, or is this a true goat?
And then with that, I'm going to turn back towards the carriage and walk slowly back towards it.
And then, so he pokes his head out, and he can see off in the distance the carriage, and he kind of watches the goat walk away from him, and he starts standing up, and it looks like he's pulling furs on and stuff like that. It's getting pretty cold out, and you guys can now see that moving closer to you is that large cloud coverage. Even though it's night, it's rolling in gray and white. And so this guy stands up, and he is a gnome, and he's clutching the sword with him, and it looks very unwieldy for him, but he keeps his eye on the goat and steps out of his little fabricated camp there, and just kind of watches to see what happens. And as the goat returns, are you gonna hop back in your own body?
Yep, it'll just fade away.
So the goat fades away, and you're back in.
It's just a gnome. I think we're okay.
All right. So are we gonna kill him?
No. I think he's from Roundfoottown. We can ride up a little bit,
All right.
so he doesn't need to walk all the way back.
All right. Yeah.
And the carriage starts moving.
Oh yeah,
forward.
are you out of
I'll
the
climb
carriage?
back.
It starts leaving you behind.
Oh shit!
So yeah, you climb back into the carriage, and you guys move up 200 feet. You guys can feel the stop and the start, and you feel it slow down again as you hear Zyko from the other side of the divider. Whoa! And if I don't know, what do you guys want to do while you're inside the carriage? Just chill inside?
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Do I
Okay.
have a long rest yet?
It has been 4 hours. Not technically, no.
Then I'll keep sleeping.
Okay. So just you two and Zyko can see what's going on out here. So the gnome is out in the snow, quivering, his breath in big plumes.
Well, while we're rolling up, I'll just cast Druidcraft just to see what the weather's going to be like.
Okay.
If it's like a snowstorm.
Yeah, a snowstorm is coming.
Okay.
I pop my head out of the carriage just so I can get a good view.
Okay. You can see a little shape standing in the road now by a little hovel of a campsite.
How are you, lad?
I'm injured, and I'm quite cold. Who are you?
We're here to investigate. I'm the goat guy.
What is your name, goat gentleman?
I am Tomas Ironfist.
Tomas Ironfist. All right. And you, other dwarf?
I'm Hirstag, Treehollow. Do you need a lift anywhere?
Well, if you could get me as far away from Roundfoottown as possible, that would be ideal.
Who are you?
He looks very surprised by your head sticking out of there, screaming at him.
I'm Galen Silvershaper.
So you were from Roundfoottown?
Yes, that's my home. But don't go there. It's a complete massacre. It's a catastrophe.
Did you know the other gnomes that made it to Wolves Rest?
What were the names?
I don't remember their names.
I'm hoping many more escaped.
They were on a pony.
That could be anyone. I don't know for sure.
Okay, well, they told us that Roundfoottown was in danger, there was an airship, and there were a bunch of hobgoblins.
Yes, hobgoblins and soldiers, and it was absolute chaos. I barely escaped with my life.
Well, we have expert training in dealing with hobgoblins, so we want to take your home back for you.
Well, I appreciate that sentiment, and you are welcome to...
Get in the cart for now. You can warm up in there. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Everyone's fine. It's fine.
He tended to...
Tie him up! Get him! Get him! Swarm him!
He tentatively, steps forward and opens up the carriage door, and he sees a giant wolf sitting there. Oh, jeez!
Hey, it's all right there, buddy.
Is that a dire wolf? Is that a blood wolf?
This is Shadow.
I don't believe so.
I think he's just a normal wolf. I guess I never really at Pinwin. Are you awake?
Apparently not.
I never asked him, but I think he's fine. He's not going to bite you.
Do you think?
All right. And he stands up, gets up, and he, tiptoes past.
Never did I know that Shadow has a taste for gnome blood.
He just hates them. Loves eating them.
Since I've seen direwolves before, would I know if Shadow's a direwolf or not?
He is not a direwolf.
Okay.
So,
Just a big wolf, then?
I think he's a blood wolf.
He's not a blood wolf.
He's not?
No.
Oh, then he's just a big wolf.
Boring.
I mean, he's impressively large, ladies.
It seemed like you guys were hinting at him being a blood wolf earlier.
The village thought he was.
Oh.
I mean, technically, we don't know if he's a blood wolf. You could decide that he's a blood wolf at some point.
Oh, I
when
thought
he
you guys...
bite somebody.
that was in my head, that's what he was, but...
Well,
yeah.
Dungeon Master.
I thought maybe you guys had already decided what he was.
So, for the audience,
The uninitiated.
We have creatures in our campaign called blood wolves, and they give lycanthropy, but it's not like a curse. It's like a biological affliction.
Yeah.
Instead, like a disease.
Yes.
In our world, so. Blood wolves they look kind of like normal wolves. They're just dark and they have a tinge of red on them. And yeah, their bite is bad.
Bad bite. So you guys are there on the road, and he tentatively steps over Shadow, and...
Is Shadow cool with that?
What was that sound? Shadow's sleeping. You guys are both sleeping. He's just
Oh, that's right.
And then he goes and he sits and wraps himself in his furs, and he's still clutching the super heavy sword, and...
Whose sword is that? It doesn't look like your sword.
I used it to defend myself on the way out of the city, and I thought having a weapon, regardless of its size, is better than not having a weapon at all.
Well, not necessarily. If you can't wield it, then you're just going to make yourself an open target.
Well, it served me so far.
Did you get in the back of the cart, or is he
No,
on
I'm
the front?
I am standing at the entrance to the carriage on the backside,
Okay.
which is probably where you are, right?
No, I'm in the carriage. I climbed it back in.
Oh, okay. So, tell me everything you remember and how everything went down.
Well, I was operating one of the skivs in the city, and all of a sudden, a large shadow just appeared above in the sky and fell over all of us. And at first we were unsure of what it was, and then all of these soldiers started piling out of it on ropes, climbing down into our city, and we tried best to defend ourselves, but their number was too great, and at that point more came in through the city gates and climbed down into the city, and it was just absolute carnage. As I said, it was a lot of chaos, and I finally was able to escape through one of the skivs, and I just escaped and ran as far as I could. I found this sword in the snow, and when some of the soldiers came after me, I was able to use it to block their arrows, and I escaped into the night, and that's the last little bit that I remember of the city. And then I've just been traveling, and
Why did you set up camp right next to a road?
I don't often travel. I wasn't sure what I should do, but those woods back there seemed quite frightful, and I thought I'd be better off taking my risk here. And perhaps some travelers would come by and help
Murder
me.
you?
Well, I was hoping not to get murdered, but here we are. Please don't murder me.
Do you have family in Roundfoottown?
I do. My father and mother live there, but that's all. I didn't see what happened to them, and I'm very worried about them.
How old is this little guy?
You should ask him.
That's not a friendly question. Can I tell how old he probably is?
I mean, he's youngish. He's for gnomes, he's like probably of similar age to you guys.
Okay.
Is he pretty?
Is he pretty? Mm-hmm. He's average looking. He's average looking even by gnome standards. He's got, like I said, he's got a shock of tall hair that's blonde. He's got long sideburns. His eyes are a nice crystalline blue color. He looks a little rough in the face, like maybe he's got a very labor-intensive job or spent a lot of time out in the sun.
Or a mysterious past?
Perhaps. But he doesn't look like...
Maybe a sexy secret?
Perhaps a sexy gnome secret.
Gorbel's ready to shove him in.
He's...
That was all out of character, by the way.
He's about average height for a gnome, too. He's like 3.5 feet tall. And
What sort of clothes is he wearing?
He's wearing a simple, cotton white shirt and brown pants.
Okay.
Brown pants, I'm out.
He's about the same height as you, I guess, Pinwin, because you're about 3.5 feet, right?
Yep.
What are you doing, Pinwin?
Taking a picture of Shadow.
Anyway.
This is a strange question. You didn't happen to see a weird dancing guy with a mask on, did you?
That is a weird
It's I don't know. There were people with masks and helmets, and I didn't get a good look at anyone's face. They all looked terrifying, though, and the hobgoblins especially. They're just cutting a swath through my people, setting fire to some of the facilities and some of the buildings.
Were they speaking Goblin?
I don't know.
You didn't hear anything they said at all?
No, I don't speak Goblin, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, if they didn't speak Goblin, then you would have heard them speaking Common.
I didn't hear any Common. There was a lot of shouting and screaming.
Okay.
I tried to stay as far away from them as I could, so I didn't interact with them much until the end there when the Vaeldelon soldiers shot at me.
All right.
Lindsey.
Tell us about the layout of Roundfoottown. Like, is there a means of entry that's more subtle than just going through the front gate? that we can take them unaware.
Well, as you may not be aware, but Roundfoottown is built down into a chasm, and so the only way to enter is from above and going down into the city.
Why in the hell would you build a town like that?
It is our ancient home.
That is like shooting fish in a barrel.
Well, we've never had much issue in the past. We thought that the Vaeldelonian soldiers would protect us.
I mean, as long as nobody came in from the sky, then it would probably be a pretty defensible location.
That's what we believed.
But you didn't factor in airships, obviously, because they're not very common.
We've been working on airships for a long time there in the city, and we still haven't achieved it. I don't know how they were able to do it.
Yeah,
I've never seen such a thing.
We've seen quite a few, actually, so...
Multiple airships?
Yeah, they came out of Deepminster.
Well, this is interesting. I'd be very interested to see their schematics.
Well, if you come with us, then we can show you.
I would prefer not to go back into the city. It's so dangerous there.
Well, you're going to have to at least come with us to lead us so we know that we're going the right way, because we've never been there.
I can point you in the right direction, but I do not want to go back.
You know, Tomar, you know who is behind the building of those airships. The Council of Deepminster. Do you think they're involved in this?
I think they've been involved in all of this.
I think so too, and I don't trust them as far as I can throw them.
Well, I mean, we should probably limit our chatter on the Council around strangers. But
he just kind of looks around like not really understanding, but just like smiling.
Hirstag is too.
He's never been out of this bowl town.
What?
No, shaped like a bowl.
All right. If you don't want to come with us, then do you know where the Arrow View is?
I do not know. No. What is the Arrow View?
It's an inn, and it's down that road a few hours. Not on foot, though. It'll be longer. But you should probably go somewhere in an actual building so you're not accosted on the road. Because that's where a lot of bandits tend to hold up.
Are there buildings along the way here?
I don't think so. There's a cave, and then there's the inn. That's like the closest thing.
Are there any trees, like, right outside your town?
Outside of Roundfoottown, yeah, not in the immediate vicinity, but leading up into the cliffs around it. Yes, there are.
I would
trees.
say just stick with us. You can stay in the carriage while we go investigate, and then I have a spell that'll send you back to Wolves Rest where you'll be safe. But I want to make sure that we get as many people out as we can. So we'll need to investigate, find any survivors, and then I'll cast a spell.
We'll leave the carriage far enough away that you shouldn't be in range of anything. But, I mean, you're probably safer with us than not with us for the time being.
He...
Especially since there's a storm coming.
There's a storm coming?
Yeah, it's going to be a blizzard.
This all feels fishy. Can I roll insight?
Sure. Yeah.
Just to see how...
Is she sober now?
You are... I mean, it's been enough time that you're hungover, but you're maybe slightly drunk. But
23.
Yeah, he seems scared and very hesitant to return to his town. He seems a little mistrusting of you guys.
Fair.
But he's. You can tell that, especially after the point that they made, where he's possibly safer with you guys and Hirstag's promise to send him home to Wolves Rest. He seems to like relax a bit and seems like he's actually considering that.
Okay,
option.
I'm just slightly uneasy just sending all of these people that I've never met before back to our secret town.
He looks at you two. Well, you make a compelling argument. Perhaps I am safer here in the carriage. And especially if you say there's a storm coming, I think I might die. I don't know how to defend myself against the elements.
I would say if you don't know
a broadsword
how,
isn't going to do it.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance that you'd die. So, plus I can heal up that damage that you've taken. I just want to get all the survivors out, get you in a big group, see what we can do.
Okay, can you heal this? And he pulls back a section of his fur, and there's it looks to be an infected wound in his arm, and you can see the shaft of a broken arrow sticking in his arm.
Ew.
Well,
Is that? Could you help me?
No, man, I think you're stuck like that forever.
Can I tell if there's a condition?
Medicine check.
That'd be 17.
It's definitely infected, but it doesn't look like it's gangrenous or anything like that.
Okay. So,
Well, we're going to have to remove the arrowhead before we do anything else.
Okay.
Don't worry, we're professionals. We've healed plenty of gnomes. Gorbel, do you have any of Let's specialty beverage on you?
I have a little bit.
You should give it to him.
I pull out my little bottle.
This stuff doesn't taste really good, but it's gonna numb your senses a little bit.
Well, I've had alcohol before, so I think I'll be just fine.
Okay.
Go easy on it.
He takes a swig. Oh dear! Surprisingly, he seems to handle it fairly well, though. That is very strong. It's strong.
Maybe a little more then.
There we go. He's like, oh, that's a good feeling.
All right, that'll do it.
Peer pressure.
okay.
Well, this is quite pleasant.
Hey, Hirstag, why don't you tell him about where you grew up?
Hey, yeah. Why don't you look over this way for a second?
Do you want me to
So-
yank that arrow out?
I'm going to do it because
Wait, what? Yank it?
I said it
So-
very quietly to Tomar. Shut
I'm
up.
gonna start
You didn't say it quietly enough.
snapping in front of his face, like, hey, look over here.
Yeah. What are you showing
Isn't
me?
that kind of neat? Just check it out.
22 medicine.
You're just gonna grab it and pull it out
Well, as medically skilled as possible.
with a 22. Yeah, you he's so distracted by Hirstag. You're just like, shit.
And then I'll
You see blood start to pour out of his wound.
use some balm on the wound. Oh yeah, I got to roll for that.
Our entire show is just
Ooh.
healing little people who've
6.
been injured.
6. He looks like it just. Well, I feel very good right now. That is quite good. Yes.
It is.
You are remarkable people, and I'm very pleased with the results.
How about you cozy up with the wolf and the little one over there?
Oh, okay, yeah, that seems like a good idea. I think I'll just lay down. He moves the sword to the side, and he sinks down onto the floor of the carriage and kind of scoots over to Shadow and just lays next to him. Shadow doesn't move. He's just there sleeping.
Has it been 6 hours?
No,
Ah.
Well,
How
we
many?
should
5?
probably.
it's been 4.
Should have been on that cart.
All right, let's press on.
All right. So he goes and takes a nap. You guys head on down. You guys, you can just hop back into your original positions and travel.
Sure.
Okay, you travel another 3 hours. Dawn has broken. It's very early morning, and you guys get close to a small little town, a little farming town. You can see smoke rising up from some chimneys and stuff like that, kind of pushed back up against the woods. It's off the road, off the main road, but it is off there in the distance.
Is there a sign?
There is a sign outside, and it says Brackenford. And then the other sign has an arrow pointing that says... Sorry.
And on down to Brackenford.
Says Roundfoottown with a left arrow, and then there's another one going left that says Holly's Head.
Holly's Head.
What did Holly
Best
say?
in town.
Do you guys need to stop in here for anything before we go further?
I'm good. I mean, I could eat.
You've had your long rest.
Yay! I could eat too. I just whip my head up.
All right.
Wait, who's this guy?
You just see a sleeping gnome on the floor next to Shadow. Shadow, like, wakes up and looks at him and then, like, licks his head.
A traumatized gnome that we're taking back to the source of his trauma.
What did you say his name was?
All right. Okay.
Anybody remember his name?
Galen? Galen?
Rhymes with Jalen. I don't like that.
Galen, what was his last name?
Silver Shaper.
Silver Shaper.
Okay, well, let's be careful going in here because they might have extended their reach here. You know what I mean?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Right.
All right, so you guys are going to head into Brackenford?
Yeah, it's like a pull over
Is that
somewhere.
where we were supposed to go?
No, this is on the way, but we'll stop here real quick to get food, I suppose.
We're hungry and I have to pee.
All right, so you guys pulling up the long little cow path heading up to Brackenford. You can see that there's some houses to the left and to the right with little fields next to them, little farmhouses. And you guys travel up a ways. It takes you an extra like 20 minutes to get up to the actual village itself. But it's a quiet little town. Doesn't seem like it is really expecting visitors this time of year. And as you roll in, it's you can just see some people kind of looking around. They all kind of look at you guys, unsure. But they, like, some of them mildly wave at you and just kind of like, oh, yeah.
I'll wave back.
Hello.
I'll wave too.
Hi.
You can see that there aren't a ton of buildings in this place, but one of the most prominent buildings in town is this large, narrow, tall wooden building. There's a big sign with a stein on it out front. You could probably surmise that is a tavern.
Maybe we take a break from the drinking today, Pinwin.
All right, if you think. So, do we need disguises, do you think? Could there be some baddies here that we need to hide from?
There could be baddies here, but do they know what you look like?
I think we'll be okay just to go in, grab a little food, and get back on the road.
If you feel more comfortable being in a disguise, Pinwin, that's up to you. Do you have a disguise?
Oh, do I have a disguise? The best. But if you guys won't have a disguise, then I'll just wait. You just let me know when you're thinking we need it, though, because it's a good one.
All right, I'm just gonna wait by the carriage
Okay.
to keep everything.
Do you want anything?
Secure. No, I'm good.
So Zyko pulls the carriage off to, like, right inside the city gates, and whoever wants to hop out can hop out.
I'll hop out.
Okay.
Me too.
All right, you guys hop out. Shadow gets up and hops out. Hirstag, you going anywhere?
Oh, yeah, I guess I can't just hop out without Shadow.
I'll go in.
Okay. All right. So you guys, the four of you with Shadow, start to head towards the tavern. As you do, you see the door get shoved open, and you see this what appears to be a human gentleman stumble out into the snow, and the you could see this large, brutish looking dude with an apron on, kind of shouting at him, and you hear the guy just, "Fine then, I won't come back to your stupid establishment." And he steps away, and the guy's standing in the doorway, and the guy turns around and looks like he's gonna run in, and the guy stands up, and the guy stops in the snow, and he just kicks snow at him, and he takes off running. And then the tavern owner kind of just watches him run off away, and then goes back inside.
My kind of place.
Mind your P's and Q's.
All right, you guys entering? Mm-hmm. All right, you guys enter the tavern. It's morning, so it's not very full at the moment, but it's warm inside. It's definitely been guarded against the weather. There's just a couple of patrons sitting in there at the moment, but for the most part, the only people you really see are the guy behind the bar that just kicked that dude out. And you can see just a couple of humans sitting there having a quiet conversation. So pretty empty. As you enter, the guy looks up and just nods at you. He's got a big lantern jaw, bald head, mustache. Looks like a serious sort. He's a human.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What have you got on the menu?
Well, I've got mutton. I've got ale. What's your poison?
I guess the mutton.
Do you have cake?
I do not have cake.
All right.
We'll all take mutton.
Mutton all around. All right. That'll be
Did
two.
Zyko say if he wanted anything?
Zyko waited in the carriage, but yeah, no, he didn't say anything about wanting anything. So he goes into the back and he grabs a big old platter and he slaps it down in front of you.
That'll be 2 silver apiece.
Here you go.
Yeah.
You got change for a gold?
Yeah, I got change for gold here. You got the gold? Let me see the color of your coin there.
Pass it to him.
All right. Yeah.
And he reaches into his apron and he pulls out some coins and he hands you back 8 silver. So you guys are just eating. He looks at you.
Oh, I figured we would take this to
Yeah,
go,
I'll just
guys.
take it.
Oh, you want a bit of cloth to wrap that in then?
Yeah.
All right. He lays a spool of cloth out and he wraps your mutton up in it and tears it, ties it up, and hands it to you, Gorbel.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Where you travelers from?
A ways off. Not really anywhere in particular.
Wanderers. That's I understand that. I was a wanderer in my day, for I found Brackenford here and set up shop. So, if you have any questions or anything of the sort, just go ahead and ask me, and I'll feel free to answer.
We're heading in the direction of Roundfoottown.
Oh, you don't want to head that way, dear. That's nothing but sadness. It's been recently attacked.
By whom?
Not sure, but we had a stream of refugees leaving from there. They about 2 days ago stopped in.
Where did they go?
Some of them, I imagine, are still here, but I couldn't begin to tell you. They haven't stopped back in the tavern in some time.
How long or how many were there?
I would say in all maybe 15 or 20 over the course of a day or two.
Has anyone tried to help them?
What do you mean by help, lad?
And no one's gone over. No one's gone over there to help. Just
Help
the town.
The town? Well, I assume that the soldiers, the Vaeldelian soldiers, will do something. I don't know.
What's your name?
My name, I'm the Badger. That's what they call me here.
Hi, Badger.
Where'd you get that name?
Well, it's a long story, but it's based on my temperament and my inability to say no.
Interesting.
Except
Well,
if you have cake, you
maybe
said no.
on the way back we will stop in and you can tell us that long story.
Well, I can make something up. It's just not very interesting.
That's okay.
Well,
So anyway, we should probably get going.
all right. Well, merry travels and stay clear of Roundfoottown. Trust me. As I said, there's nothing but sadness there.
Noted. Turn around and I leave.
Good
All right.
day, sir.
Good day to you, sir.
Bye, Badger.
Goodbye, little one.
All right, out we go.
All right, you guys head back to the carriage. Tomar, you see them approach.
Eating my mutton.
How'd it go?
We got mutton.
We have mutton. Talk to the bartender, tavern tender. I don't know. Talk to this man, and he said that about 15 to 20 gnomes from Roundfoottown had been by over the last couple days. Refugees. Warned us not to go that way.
That makes sense. I mean,
we're going to go that way, but
did he say if they were still there? If the
it says some are still there.
no, I mean like the army that was at Roundfoottown.
Oh, he didn't seem to know anything about an army being there. He said he expected the Vaeldelon soldiers to take care of it.
That's something we gotta keep in mind too, in case the Vaeldelon soldiers are there, because they might be more familiar with who we are.
Guess we'll need a disguise, huh?
Maybe I don't know.
Pinwin, did you pack like an extra special disguise or something?
Maybe.
Oh, God. All right, well, should we get back on the road?
Yes.
Zyko, do you want to bite a mutton?
Yes. That's good mutton.
Have another bite.
Still good mutton.
Let's go.
All right, so you guys are gonna head back on the trail. So you guys turn the cart around, get it going back out. As you leave, you can see that gentleman with like the burnished color hair that got kicked out of the tavern before, sneaking around the back of the tavern as if to try to get back in. And you guys leave, and
That was the most unassuming pit stop we've ever had, probably.
okay, so you guys hit back on the road, heading towards Roundfoottown, and you don't encounter anything for the next several hours.
What do you roll for exactly? Because we've never had like one overworld travel. We've never once had like anything bad happen.
I've got my list over
Stop
here,
jinxing us.
and I roll for encounters,
Cool.
and
We're lucky.
I'm rolling percentage.
Is there like a suggestion thing in the book what to roll for that?
No, I've collected it from like various sources online. People just like random stuff,
okay.
but
That's
like,
fine. I mean,
and you technically did encounter one. It's sitting in your carriage right now. So, and another guy from a long time ago named Let that you encountered.
so you don't
It's not necessarily a bad encounter.
Okay.
It can be nothing.
Was Zyko one of those?
No, Zyko wasn't. Zyko was
He was in some tavern.
no, he was
Zyko
in
was
he
a
was in
miracle.
Ravenmoor, and when Willem and Gorbel were trying to get information, they both rolled so well that they ended up getting followers using their charisma because they both had high charisma. So, and that's where Belba and Janus came from too. Anyway, okay. So you guys hit the road again. You guys head on through most of the day, and you guys, I don't know, the first town you encounter it's another town, and it is Holly's Head. It's a quaint little hamlet, just right off the road. I don't know if it's something you guys want to stop in, or you just want to continue on.
Do you think they have cake here?
Let's not try.
I don't
our
think
luck.
that's a big priority at this moment.
You guys have had food,
All right. If you think.
and things have been going weirdly okay since we ventured out here. So let's just press on.
All right.
All right, you guys start to get to know Galen as you travel on.
I thought he was sleeping.
Well, it's been a while now. He wakes up.
I'll give him some of my mutton.
Okay, he eats some mutton, and you guys have learned a little bit about him and his life in Roundfoottown. And at one point, since you guys have not tried to hurt him or tried to headbutt him or anything like that, he starts to begin to trust you guys a little bit more, and he does indicate that he thinks that there is a way inside the city that doesn't involve going through the gates.
Oh, now he thinks that.
Well, he had to learn who you guys were.
Gotta soften him up with mutton first.
But yeah, you guys are getting close, and since you guys haven't made many stops and you definitely haven't rested, you're getting a little exhausted, but you're making.
We all rested. What you talking about?
I mean,
We're on
like
a cart.
I
If
mean,
anything, the horses.
sleeping. I'm saying
Well,
like
I
the
did.
long journey, not like a point of exhaustion. I'm just saying like the journey's getting to you because you're just traveling straight through, but you are making tons of headway.
I thought all of them took a long rest.
Yeah, I'm not saying like you're not. It's not. You're not going to take any
Mechanically
negatives.
not.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
wondering
I was using the term exhaustion
We
because
will
you're getting
fight
sick
you.
of traveling on the road.
I am not exhausted. I am fine.
So fucking alert.
Perky like a young woman's teats. I am.
Exhausted from sitting here in this carriage.
You guys are getting exhausted of road travel.
This game is bullshit.
We all quit.
Do your own fucking podcast. I'm too fucking exhausted.
And you guys are making tons of headway because it's normally a 2 days travel, but you guys are almost all the way there now. What?
There's a really long hair stuck there, and I thought it would just pop off.
She's pointing at his dick for people listening.
Gross. Ugh.
Got it.
I think that came out of my head.
Oh, his penis.
That feels great. Didn't even know that was in there.
It's like halfway down the urethra.
Boy, oh boy. Unclogged me.
That's why I've been spraying in 2 directions
All my life.
all my life.
All right. And so you guys start to leave the Atreus Plains, and you guys are now entering a a more rocky area of the continent. And you can see far, far away, several miles away, there are some rocky crags kind of poking up out of the ground, and those look like perhaps, then as Galen indicates to you, these are the surrounding cliffs that protect the city of Roundfoottown. You can see that there has been a lot of travel recently. You can see tons of carts, horse hooves, pony hooves, different footprints in the snow as you get closer, and they all seem to be heading in the direction you guys came from.
Do we see any, like, smoke or anything coming from the valley?
You do not see any smoke of the type.
We're not up to the crags. They're off in the distance.
They're off in the distance.
Okay.
How far?
Like miles away.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. But he indicates you're getting closer. Galen even says that once you guys get into the crags, he'll try to remember where the spot is that he thinks you guys can get into the city.
Did we note any nearby trees?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So,
just look for a good spot.
So there are plenty of trees. You guys are actually leaving the area with the most trees, but there's lots of trees around. There's lots of willow trees specifically.
All right.
And but when you guys continue on, you will be leaving vegetation as well.
All right, Psycho, try and find a good spot that's not right out in the open, but nearby those crags up ahead.
All right. And he starts kind of leading it off trail a little bit, but kind of pulls it around and through some of these plains, and after maybe an hour, you guys are now at the foot of the crags.
All right, well, I hop off of the carriage.
Okay.
I want to look at the stone, see what kind of stone it is.
Okay. It looks like a lot of pewter, granite, and it's exposed rock, so it's been broken to make pathways up into these crags.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to go to the back of the carriage.
Okay.
Galen, I think we're here, or as close to here as we want to be.
All right, yes.
So can you come out and then survey the surroundings with us so we know what we're in for?
Yes, absolutely. And he hops out. He's holding the big sword under his arm, and he looks around. Yes, we're due east of it, of the city itself. I think if we go up this path here, it'll diverge, and we can take the rightmost path, and it'll lead to an old mine, and that's the other way into the city that I've heard of. I don't know for sure if it will lead in, but that's the best information I can offer you on that.
What kind of mine is it?
It's an old shale mine.
Okay. Pinwin.
Yeah?
Can you just hold still? I'm going to check your splints real quick to see how they're doing.
Okay, yeah. These old things, yeah.
Gonna do a medicine check.
17.
You've been, it's only been a little over a day, but you're healing nicely. You've got that heroic healing going on, and you're going to be sore, but you might actually be able to travel, albeit a little bit slower, off of your wolf.
Woo!
Does that affect his speed at all?
It would affect his speed. He's going to lose 5 feet right now.
So I'm just on the lookout for some stone, some nice hard light stone. If anybody happens to spot any in the mine, I want to make some armor out of it. 'Cause I've just got some light leather armor on right now.
Well, that sounds good. I have some mason's tools, so I should be able to break it apart for you if need be.
I've got a spell that I can shape it.
Do you really want to waste spell power on something I can just do for you?
Would you be able to do it in like an instant?
Not.
He's got you there.
I don't know. I can hit pretty hard.
We'll see how it goes.
Well, let's go.
So, you guys start your descent or ascent into the into the cliffs, following a very narrow path that Galen has indicated, and you guys head up. And sure enough, within about 20 minutes' time, you guys do reach a fork. And as he said, to head down the right path. Is that what you guys want to do? Mm-hmm. All right, so you guys head down the right path, and you follow it down into a sloping little chasm almost, and off in the distance, far away, you can see that it looks to be you can just barely make it out from the distance that you're at, but there does seem to be some sort of cave entrance. However, you do see that there are figures moving around outside of this cave entrance, and there's even some tents set up outside of it.
Can we tell what the figures are?
They're humanoid, but you don't know what. They don't seem to be wearing anything that you can identify their clothing from.
Are they gnome-sized, or they look big?
They look larger than gnome-sized.
Okay.
Can we investigate more?
Perception or anything?
I mean, this is what your basic perception would do. Yeah, you can try to really see if you would like.
I think 19.
I just critted again.
27.
So what is it with your crit?
I got
29.
1.
You go temporarily blind. 21?
29.
29. Okay, so you two... so you basically
19?
see roughly what you already saw, but you two can just barely make out, right next to the cave entrance, it seems that there is what appears to be a hobgoblin. The rest don't appear to be hobgoblins, but this guy... He looks like a hobgoblin, but he's not wearing any armor. He looks like he's wearing a cloak.
Is he surrounded? Well, I mean, are the other people or whatever, are they, like, on the ground?
They're walking around.
So they're not, like, bound
no,
or anything?
No. And he seems to be resting against the wall. Not sitting on anything, but he's resting against it.
All right,
Do we
so
know
there's
if-
at least one hobgoblin up there?
Do we know anything about hobgoblins? Like, if they travel with, like, regular goblins?
Well, you weren't there for Ravenmoor, but typically hobgoblins they travel with hobgoblins. They consider themselves very, like, the premier race. They actually don't consort very often with goblins unless they get contracted by them.
More like snob goblins.
Whoa!
There's not-
5 experience.
There's not really a way to sneak up on them, is there?
They haven't seen you yet, though you could investigate your surroundings and maybe you'll find something.
All right, guys. I'm going to scout the area real quick. Give me 10 minutes.
Are you doing it goat style?
Yes.
Okay.
Goats are good on mountain paths. I actually was following this goat in the ethereal plane, and he got up super high, and I fell. But, he was able to scale some pretty high rocks, so...
Cool. You better get on that. It takes 10 minutes.
I'm already, like, doing the summoning thing.
You guys see a goat appear out of thin air. A large goat. He regards you all, and then Tomar starts staring at him, and and then, do you guys want to do anything in the 10 minutes that it takes?
I'm just going to investigate my surroundings.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I'm gonna sit there with my legs crossed.
9.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Looks pretty normal to you.
I too will investigate, see if there's anything in nature I can utilize for something. I don't know.
So you can do a nature check or investigation. What are you trying to achieve?
I'll just investigate, see what there is to see.
Okay.
I think 15.
15. You look around the area that you guys are in, and over the course of the 10 minutes, you're able to see what appears to be down on the ground next to one of the kind of the lower outcroppings is an old campfire. You're not able to discern how long ago it was burning, but it was definitely recent enough that the ash is still around. It hasn't been blown away, and it hasn't been covered in snow. So.
Okay. So you guys know there's a campfire.
Is there anything else around it?
Not really.
Oh.
But, yeah. I don't know how long ago it was used, but it's there.
Are there any nice twigs in the area?
Twigs? There's not much for twigs in the area.
How about a pine cone?
Don't see any pine cones. There's not much for vegetation. It's mostly rock up here.
I see. I take a drink.
All right. In the 10 minutes passes, you are now a goat.
All right. Well, I'm going to try and find maybe a rocky path up above that he can like traverse and maybe get a higher vantage point.
So, yeah, roll a dexterity at an advantage. A dexterity save.
I guess I'll have to go to the goat.
I like how it's named Bill the Goat. Like on the character sheet.
23.
Okay, so yeah, what would look like just a rock facing to anyone else, to his Bill the Goat's eyes, and with his muscle memory, you can make out what appears to be a nice little path that would only be passable by a goat.
I was born for this.
And so, if you'd like to, you can pursue that path.
I will pursue that path.
All right, it takes you up. You guys watch as the ethereal goat just kind of leaps up and almost at almost a vertical stand, like as if to defy gravity, is standing on part of the rock wall.
Goats
there.
are fucking weird.
And you watch as he carefully clumps up the side and up, and then disappears from view over one of the ridges. You, Tomar, are able to see that it kind of slopes down and around, and you think that you can get down close enough to where you might be able to see more closely. And if you want to follow that, you make your way down very carefully, and you reach a little opening in the rock, and you see that you are behind some of their tents.
So I'm not in front of them.
No, you're behind just one little section. It would be a tight squeeze in this form, although you are ethereal, so you could probably pass through it fairly easily.
I'll try and suck it in.
Okay.
Squish through.
So you move through very carefully and slowly, and you're able to slip through, and you are now behind the tents.
All right, can I look around, see like how many there are and what they're doing?
Yep, you can see that there's roughly about 8 soldiers walking around, and they do seem to be a mixture of Vaeldelonian soldiers and Rothian soldiers, but they're not wearing any armor. The only thing that kind of tells you that is the way that they defer to each other and the way they walk. They walk very militaristically, but they definitely are working together. And you can tell that some of them look very Rothian and some of them look, well, Vaeldelonian because they're a mix of races.
What are they doing with the Hobgoblin?
They're just kind of not... I mean, he's resting. He seems to be very casually resting, as if he's not concerned at all. And they're just going about their business, kind of patrolling the area, but very casually. They're not really worried about this. You can tell from their basic body movements.
Do I know anything about Hobgoblin religion or customs or anything?
You would know that the Hobgoblins have several gods that they defer to, but as
I'm sorry.
As Lars indicated, they did have one principal god from a long, long time ago that they all seem to revere pretty hard, but he never mentioned the name of that god.
Who's Lars?
The dancing guy.
Oh, right, Lars.
What? That's his name?
Yeah, Calcifer.
Oh my god, guys.
I forgot. What?
You killed him.
Shot
him
Lars
when he was
in the
on a
fucking
like
chest.
several times in the neck.
Yeah.
Can I... Well, I can communicate telepathically through the goat. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try and talk
At the end of the last round.
to the Hobgoblin.
Hold on, you don't remember killing the dude laying on the
The
table?
dancing dude.
I don't.
He was showing us images, like frightening images.
And you
from
snuck
our-
down the
Yeah.
hallway. You snuck down the hallway.
I thought
and
he was like your buddy from Moonreach.
He
was.
He was a like a.
That's the dancing guy. Like the big guy, like the guy that was all along a bunch of things doing like, oh, hi guys.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
It was Lars.
That was a big reveal.
Totally thought it was a different person.
How did you
Then why were you shooting him?
He obviously was doing shit.
I was intimidated by your friendship.
He was just very threatening, laying there prone on the altar.
I knew he was like fucking with you guys, and I knew.
Pinwin, he was fucking with all of us.
You too.
Yeah.
Horde.
So I was just looking for the source of the fuckery, and found the source. Didn't realize it was dancing guy. Pictured a totally different.
You
person.
thought the dancing guy was still alive?
Yep.
Anyway.
So you didn't think it was dancing guy or Lars. Some other.
Yep.
Anyway, to answer your question, not enough. Like, you know what he told you, but it's such a. They're so unfamiliar and kind of off to themselves that there's a lot of mystery shrouding them and surrounding them.
I'm going to telepathically communicate to the Hobgoblin.
Okay.
And I'm going to be like, look to the tents.
You're going to say, look to the tents?
Yeah.
All right. Roll persuasion at an advantage?
I have to persuade him to look at the tents? Like, he hears this voice in his head, and he's not going to look at the
I
tents?
think your natural reaction will be to turn and look at the tents.
Roll at an advantage for persuasion.
Just sticking to
This
it.
is so stupid.
No, I won't look at the tent.
This is not the first time this shit has happened.
Today is Combat Your DM Day.
18.
18.
Look at the fucking tents.
So do you speak Goblin?
No.
Okay, so
He doesn't
Yell out.
understand it.
Just, "Ah!"
So he hears this, and he looks around frantically, not specifically at the tent, but all around him. And he puts his hand underneath his cloak, but you can't see as to what.
You and your people will die here if you don't abandon this folly.
He's looking around. He gets his eyes narrow. Ah! He yells out at one of the soldiers, and they come over, and he starts making motions with his hands. And the soldier's like, what? Like, turns around and looks around, and they don't, like, he shakes his head, and they go, slapping his hands in different symbols.
Anything else happen?
No.
They don't inspect the sound at all.
So
Can he not hear it? Is that what's happening? Did you just?
are you just gonna
telepath
sit
with the
there
wrong
like
person?
during this?
Yeah.
Okay. The guy looks really confused, and he's like literally looking around, and that like he's like confused by what this guy is telling him with his hands. So there's some sort of dissonance here.
Well, yeah.
Some misunderstanding.
I can tell that he doesn't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But this is how have they communicated at all up until this point? Like, this is the best they've been able to do among each other, just slapping their hands at
There's
one another.
probably a reason that they were ignoring him while he got to casually lean.
Can he not hear?
No, he can hear.
He can hear.
Oh, he can.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Thought it
why
was
he's-
sign language.
This is his reaction to it.
We haven't had anyone.
Are there any lanterns in the tents?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick them over.
Okay. so you kick some lanterns over, and one of them immediately ignites one of the tents.
And I'm gonna suck back into myself. They're confused and distracted right now. If we go now, we might be able to get a surprise on them.
You guys
Are
can
they-
now see them like, and you see them like shouting and trying to get water to throw on one of the tents as it is lit up now.
Are they all enemies?
Well, they're Vaeldelon, Rothian, and Hobgoblin. So, I mean, Hirstag, do you know what's going on with the? I don't know. Hold on. We'll talk about it when we get there. We have to go now.
We're fighting Vaeldelonian soldiers?
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Wait, hold on a minute.
We don't have time, Hirstag. Come or don't, I don't care. I'm going.
Zyko lifts his helmet up.
Let's do it. Let's kill him.
We might not need to kill them, but we should...
Let's perhaps not kill them, but let's...
Wait, if we're not killing them, what are we doing?
We're gonna dispatch them.
Are we running?
We're gonna get the drop on them and...
Convince them? Befriend them?
Are the Vaeldelonian soldiers working with the bad guys, or what?
Yes.
Okay, you could have taken like a moment to explain that.
Well, you could just trust me and then just go along with it.
I can't just go killing some people that I don't know.
I didn't say to kill anybody. Will you just come with me?
All right.
If you want to entangle some people, just entangle them instead. I don't care.
All right, let's go.
How far are we?
They're probably 500 feet away from you guys.
Okay.
So you guys
I'll go.
all go. Okay. That's what I was waiting for.
I'm gonna get into range and entangle them with my plant growth.
Gotcha. And what's your range on that?
I believe it's 150 feet.
Okay. All right. So you guys are gonna just storm down while they're distracted.
Yeah.
Okay. What's everybody's plan once you get down? What actions are you getting ready to do?
I'm going to try and disarm the Hobgoblin.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's a stretch. Can I use prestidigitation to tickle them? Like, to make little feathers that tickle them? Like, just float in the air and tickle them?
I don't see why not. What's the range on that? You can definitely try.
10 feet.
10 feet. Okay, and how many can you affect?
It's a cantrip, right?
Yep.
So you can do it multiple times?
Yep.
Okay, so...
And it doesn't say how many.
You have to be 10 feet from them?
You can make a feather with it, though? You can actually
there's
make
a lot of different options of things you can do.
Yeah, you can make, like, little shit with prestidigitation.
But is it, like, tangible stuff, or is it just...
Yeah, I don't know if it would actually...
Yeah, you can do... There's some tangible stuff in there. Like, you can do sounds. You can do small little things. Like, you can do drops of water and stuff like that. So, it's just like a little instant tiny spell, basically. That's how it kind of comes across. So, what I'm going to have you guys do is we're going to enter a skill challenge here. So, as you guys are running down... I need you to tell me what your first instinct to do. So you're going to try to disarm the Hobgoblin. You're going to try to tickle with prestidigitation.
Yes.
You're going to ready to entangle. What are you going to do?
I'm getting ready to cast blindness.
Blindness.
So you're saying that it's a skill challenge, but we can also use spells and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to treat it like a normal skill challenge, but yeah, we're going to throw some other things into the mix. Okay, so... you guys start racing down the hill towards them, and
can I use one of my abilities to do the charge and charge into the Hobgoblin?
Yes,
and try and knock him down that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we'll basically, much like a skill challenge, we'll treat that basically like a skill of success. So go ahead and roll a d20. And what we'll do here, just to make it simple, is add your Arcana to it.
Now keep in mind, I'm way faster than everyone.
18.
All right. And Hirstag, I want you to roll and add your Arcana if that's what you're planning on doing.
No, I'm not going to teleport. I'm just going to...
No, entangle.
Oh. Shit. 9.
All right. Now, Pinwin, roll and add your Arcana.
20.
All right. Now you roll and add your Arcana.
10.
Okay. So, Gorbel, since you're the fastest, you piss on down there, and you get there before everybody else. And you want to cast blindness. So how do you do that? What's your?
It's verbal. I say, close your little eyes, and
okay. And what's the range on that?
It is 30 feet.
30 feet, and how many does it affect?
1.
1? Okay. So, you cast it, but you don't... You're moving too quick, and when you kind of throw it out there, your spell misses its mark by just a hair.
Even if you have to make a saving throw?
Yeah, well, we're treating this like a skill challenge.
Okay.
So, you dust on in there super fast, and you throw this spell... And the plus side is they're too distracted by this tent on fire to notice you. Now, who's got the next highest speed?
Nobody.
everybody
Well,
else?
I mean,
I have 25.
Hirstag and I would be faster because
Okay.
Pinwin's got his ankles.
Okay,
Well,
but
what's
is
Shadow?
Pinwin on a
Shadow's
shadow?
at 40.
Shadow's 40.
Okay, so you're next then. You roll up
Yay.
and you start hitting people with feathers. And they're just like, oh God. And let's see, roll a D8.
No one's touched me there in a moon's age.
What?
Okay, so only one of them is affected by by this, but he's super distracted. He's screaming out. Now, I'm gonna let you roll yours at an advantage, or roll one more time to see if you want to focus on this dude who is currently being tickled to entangle him.
I was just gonna cast plant growth to get all of them.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. So with a 10, you're able to. Some of the plants just kind of bust out, and 2 of them are entangled. As it busts through, you rocket ahead of everybody else because of this spell. So while she's dusting down there, you're instantly down, and with the next to the kobold or the hobgoblin there. Now you're going to try to disarm him, so that's going to be a strength, or you're going to grapple him.
I'm gonna shoulder check him and knock him over.
Okay, so that'll be just go ahead and I'm rolling for Zyko, not him. Go ahead and roll and add your strength modifier.
12.
12. So combined with your speed of your ascent or your descent, you hit him and shoulder check him, and he definitely loses his balance. Now Zyko comes flying down the path, and he just straight up spears one of the guys with his halberd, and take that, and he stabs him into the ground. Gorbel, what are you doing next? Your first blind attack did not work. What would you like to do?
Is it going to be like a skill check, or is
It's
it
going to
going
be. We're going to treat it like a skill check.
That sucks because plant growth should have just grabbed them automatically.
It grabs 2 of them based on you guys running down there and kind of throwing caution to the wind and doing all this bullshit.
Okay, are these motherfuckers holding metal?
Some of them are, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna cast heat metal.
Heat metal. All right, on. You just can do it on one target.
Yeah.
Okay, so one guy near you is holding. He's holding a metal basin that he's been trying to fill up with water and throw onto the fire. So go ahead and use that like an Arcana check.
So we're not using spell slots? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
22.
22. All right. It heats up and he drops the basin and is now trying to cool his hands in the snow. He stabs his hands into the snow to try to cool him off. He's screaming. Ah! Ah! All right. Pinwin.
I'm gonna try to tickle more people.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
That's a digitation.
Yeah, go ahead and roll and add your Arcana. A D20.
Oh, yeah. 13.
13. Okay. And now roll a D8.
4.
All right, so 2 more of them are now incapacitated with tickling. So there are now 3 guys on the ground being tickled. And 2 are in the vines. So that means there are now 2 guys left and a hobgoblin that has been shoulder checked hard.
Which one does not have the sword
The sword?
that he dropped?
Oh, he had a water basin. A metal water basin that he was using.
I was picking somebody who was holding a metal weapon.
Oh, nobody's holding a weapon right now. They're trying to put out a fire. This fucking fire! Tomar.
I'm gonna jump down on top of the hobgoblin while also. This is different if we're not using slots or anything, but I want to do containment field,
Okay.
which opens up a pocket dimension around an enemy and traps him there. And they have to make a dex save and stuff. But
Okay, so-
I'll choose one of the people that isn't the hobgoblin.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so you whirl around. You can see 2 guys that are still standing that aren't being completely incapacitated right now. One is cooling his hands in the snow, and the other guy is still trying to fight the fire of the tent, which has now caught to another tent, and now 2 tents are on fire. Okay. So go ahead and roll and add your Arcana.
12.
12. Okay, so a pocket dimension opens up, and it opens up right next to him, and his arm gets sucked into it, and it because we'll say it's just like a kind of a quick motion there. When it closes, his arm just is gone.
No, I don't want it to just suck his arm off. It just holds you in place.
It holds you in place? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like how the Pinwin portal thing happened.
Okay.
It's just like opposite force, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's just
Gotcha.
sucking you towards it.
All right, so he's sucked and held into this. into this.
Roll to suck.
All right, Hirstag.
I hope this isn't.
There's a guy cooling his hands in the snow.
I hope this isn't
I will
innocent
actually-
village people who happen to be Hobgoblin.
Cast Entangle on him.
Okay.
And that will restrain him, so
Okay.
roll
Yep.
Arcana.
How many are there?
There's 8 total guys.
So
And
that'd
how
be
many are, like, dispatched
16.
right now?
He's working on the last one.
Okay.
The Hobgoblin has shoulder checked him into the ground, but he's still technically like not incapacitated.
Well, I'm on top of him.
Yeah.
16.
16. All right, so yeah, you were entangle this guy as well. Just fucking motherfucker. So now the way is not barred to you guys.
Does anyone speak Goblinoid?
I might.
I do not.
Let me double check.
I don't.
Where would it say?
If they're a favorite
Languages.
if they're well, yeah,
Proficiencies in language or whatever.
Oh, duh.
you should if they're a favorite enemy, which I think they are.
Goblin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
right.
Perfect.
All right, Pinwin, I'm going to need you to interrogate this guy, and I'm going to try and restrain him.
He's okay. So
So,
this roll
spec.
opposing strength here. I can almost guarantee that you're going to beat him.
10.
Yes, you beat him.
Jeez.
And so
I gotta
you're
stop using this guy.
you're holding him against the ground. He's and he said, "Get the fuck off me, you fat fuck."
Oh.
Tomar's not fat anymore.
I don't think that matters at this point.
Okay. So bad cop time? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Find out what he knows and what he's doing here.
I'll walk over. I can slap him, right? With the dimension thing?
He's not restrained by the dimension thing. I'm just
He's
on
just
top of
on-
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, slap him.
Different guy has dimension
Oh, sorry.
restraint.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tuddle on up to him and give him a good slap in the face.
Okay. So you
In
slap
Goblin.
him.
I'll slap him in Goblin.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
That's gonna sound funny.
He responds, "I don't have to tell you anything. Get the fuck off me!
This time I'm gonna slap him 2 times. Slap, slap.
Stop slapping me!
I'll stop slapping you when you tell me who you are and what you're doing here.
I'm Gringosh, and I will destroy you."
But no. I don't even know.
Okay, roll opposing strength. He's gonna try to.
17?
You keep him down. He's like, "Oh, fucking motherfucker!"
I draw out my wolf blood blade
Okay.
and ask Pinwin, "Do you need any help with this?"
I don't know, maybe. If you feel like it. Probably wouldn't
I come
hurt.
up and put the blade to his throat.
He
Gently.
kind of calms himself, like immediately stops struggling and stares right into
And
your
then
eyes.
I trace the tip of the sword down his face very softly.
Not gonna cut him.
Not gonna cut him.
Okay. So yeah, you just barely, almost imperceptibly, trace it down his face.
Were you rolling persuasion or intimidation?
No.
Oh, you weren't rolling anything?
I'm gonna roll to intimidate.
Okay.
I will give you guidance, so you can add a d4 to it.
Okay. That's good.
You're gonna need it.
Yep. Well, I don't think it's super good. Nope. 10.
Yeah, he's not very intimidated. He even spits back at you and says, "I don't listen to little tiny rats."
I dig the tip of the blade in just a little bit harder.
Well, you can't understand this.
Well, he did just spit at Pinwin and go.
I understand what spitting means.
All right.
Universal language.
First of all, I'm not a rat. Second of all, you're just not very nice. But you know what? If you're not going to cooperate with us, we can just take you out. It's not what we want. Well, not what I want to do personally, but we will I don't know. You need to just cooperate. Just let it happen. Obviously, this lady's got a sword. She's got you in a headlock of sorts. Just come on. Just get it together, man.
And he breathes out. I am ready to die. I will never tell you anything.
What are you dying for? Like, why would you die? Why would you want to die? What are you dying? Why is it worth dying for right now?
He's going to try to break.
Does Pinwin understand Hobgoblin customs or mentality since they're a favorite enemy of his?
Is a hobgoblin or just a goblin?
Goblinoids. Like hobgoblins. They're all goblinoid.
Yeah, I would say that because of a lack of interaction with the actual hobgoblins themselves, they're similar to goblins, but you can tell that they're very, very proud, and they're very insular and very all about the whole. So they're fine with dying.
I got a 13, by the way.
Okay, yeah, you keep him down.
Can I roll persuasion, but like physical persuasion? With my sword persuasion?
That's intimidation.
I mean, you can make the attempt. What are you going to try to do? Just
get him to comply.
Okay. Tell me how you're going to get him to comply.
I'm just going to make eye contact with him because I can't really speak, and I'm going to hold eye contact and give him a stare. He'll know what I mean by it.
Okay.
And I will press my blade in just a little bit deeper.
Pinwin, do you know what is he saying?
He's saying he would die for this.
26.
He's very uncooperative.
Okay, where are you applying the pressure at?
His neck.
Okay, so it actually pierces his skin a little bit. You can see like a trickle.
But he's intimidated as hell.
He is much more intimidated by you than he is by Pinwin. And
I don't know why that is.
He is going to take damage from your poison on your blade. And he immediately...
Why don't we just try to talk to one of the humans over here?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to listen to us.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there a ledge nearby?
Yeah, there's ledges all around.
I'm going to huck him over.
Oh, that's mean.
He said he wants to die. Here we go. And I'm going to try and roll him over the edge of the cliff.
Okay, so there's that little hole by. I guess I see what you're saying by ledge.
Die?
So yeah, on the other side of that hole is a ledge that leads down into like a pit. So you could like shove him through that hole if you'd like.
All right.
Strength.
He shoved into the pit.
16.
Okay. I'll do opposing strength here. Never mind. So you definitely do. You grab him and you drag him over to that hole, and you just heave-ho him through it, and he's off the side. And you watch him disappear over the edge.
Did any of the other people see
They all
that?
saw that. They're just like...
Who wants to take a tumble next?
No. They're all like, no, shit, no, we don't want to die. You know, no.
Tell us what you know.
Roll intimidate. At an advantage, I guess.
Hey, there we go. Okay, so that'll be 21.
21?
Yeah.
They're intimidated. They're like, we'll tell you whatever you want, just let us free. Don't kill us.
Who are you? What are you doing here? Yep, start there.